I just want to thank you very much, Iron Crane 2003. Now, you guys may or may not really know me. There are a few people who do have my card, I tell you that much. But I will tell you that I'm a very sensitive person. And stepping out and doing this full time has been more than a chore. Um, but I truly and honestly believe that, our Father in heaven gives us mandates sometimes that we just don't understand. And, as I've stated here on this platform before, I have looked back over my life and I was like, I'm sort of choking up right now, believe it or not. Believe it or not. And here's why. Even though, I've been in public speaking for many years, I've done a lot of different jobs. You know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of different gigs that have paid the bills and have done all that stuff. But I've rarely stepped out in faith and just done what he called me to do. Now, possibly I could have done, ministry a long time ago, just full fledged. I did it in California. I sang at Crenshaw Christian Center. I traveled throughout the world and the United States with regards to singing and then ministering to women and hurting children in the vein that I have been called to, which is those who have been sexually molested, as I was as a child, as well as, just talking to moms and helping them to, continue the way that they should. In conjunction with that, I've also spoke to women who have decided they wanted to leave their husbands. And so because I've been there, I try to tell people, no, 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 stay still. It's not always going to be that bad unless, you're getting, drugged down the street by your ankles or something like that. So for me, having this platform to be able to minister to those who are hurting and those who need to be healed and those who need to be whole, it has been more than a chore because we walk in the realm of get a job, have a job, and stay on that job. That's how we were all raised. Go to school, get a good job, and all that good stuff. And let me just tell you that after paying for an education with cosmetology, an education with human resources, you will never make as much money as you thought that you would, even though you're making more than some. And so, with that in mind, this particular platform for me has been bittersweet. The sweet is that I'm able to talk to people and tell them based on my life experiences and the things that I have gone through, it's okay. You can stand still. You can hold fast with the word. I am now in the age of 56 and I'll be 57 in September. But I bring that up to say that when I was younger, I wish I had a me who had gone through some things that could knock me on top of the head, just gently, with all five of the knuckles or four of the knuckles sort of buckled up together and just tap and say, hello, this isn't a good idea. You need to stand still. And so I try to be that for people. So with that said, it took some cajoling and it took some priming and some pulling to get me to come onto this platform. Obviously, you guys have heard the testimony. And for those of you not, you'll know that there is a very notable woman here on YouTube who sort of pulled me and said, hey, you know what? You need to speak. You need to say, the truth to people because a lot of people need that truth. And I'm out here, she stated, by myself and I'm doing it, but it's hard and I need help. And so when I listened to that and I put it all together, I did. It took me almost a year and a half, close to 2 years to even get bold enough to talk. I gave her all kinds of excuses when we chatted on the phone. The first excuse was, well, you know, um, I'm paralyzed, and so it's hard for me to see myself on the screen, and it's hard for me to even allow regular people to see me with some of the things that have happened to my face, and some of the things that have happened as a result of being paralyzed to my eye and to my teeth and to all of these different things. Um, and so, and yes, even that, Mr. Leslie, being that it can be very toxic. But what I have understood most recently after, coming onto the platform and doing the things that I feel the Father has told me to do is that he does make a way. He really honestly does. And he sort of, because I told her, so well, my first thing is I just can't let anybody see me for long periods of time on the camera. I get this thing called skinesis, being that I have this Bell's palsy that's been around since, like I say, 2006, and my face will contort and my face will do things involuntarily. I had to teach myself how to speak again. I had to teach myself how to sing again. I had to teach myself, which is really not me, but it was the Holy Spirit that did that. Um, or I should say the set apart spirit that showed me how to do that. And so it has been a very that's been the bitter part. But the sweet piece is talking to people who really, truly, and honestly are seeking after our Father. And they're seeking after Him, but they can't do it alone. So it's been a blessing to be able to help women, that maybe just even privately share with me how some of the testimonies that I've been through have been able to help them. And so for that reason alone, even though this can be a place that's sort of difficult, I believe that, what the funny part is that if we just really ask the Father for wisdom and guidance, He will show us how to be as wise as a serpent and as harmless as a dove so that we can reach the people that He wants to be reached. With that said, it may not be for 10 years, it may not be for 3 years, it may be a week or two, who knows? But I'm here now and I'm here to do His will. And so, this members only content announcement is just to let you all know, hey, I would love it if you would become a member of the channel. There are a few perks that are listed down there, and there's the first, the second, and the third level. And as I go and matriculate through this system, I will learn how to, put up all of the stuff and the different things, the things that I have elected to do. We're going to shut off the community tab specifically for members. We are then going to also have just a few lives that are just for members only, where only members can make content comments. And then we're also going to have several members only lives where it's just us in the chat, meaning you're going to see me just the way that I am. You're going to see me with whatever issues or problems of the day, and I'm not going to have that extra cover of safety in that I'm using right now, the avatar. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that I'm just me. And I feel that those who do join the members platform here on YouTube with me are going to be those people who really just want to know, me as a person. And that's what I feel this opportunity is. Thank you so much, Mr. Leslie. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you and Iron Crane very much for your vote of confidence. It means the world to me. I really am happy to see you join as well. So with that said, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to follow the Father, right? When we have those times where it's just us members inside of the chat, we are just going to talk about the things of the Father. Those chats they don't go against my channel. And so I feel like that'll be a great place where people who are just wanting to join can come on in and hear what the Father has to say. In the very beginning, because I was a very political person, the majority of all of my talks were political in nature because that's how I was raised. I was raised very conservative, and I would vote Democrat or Republican if it's a person that I agreed with. But as time progressed, I began to understand that the kingdom that I'm called to has neither a donkey or an elephant on it, but it is the kingdom of our Father. And so therefore I have position myself to only be in alignment with the kingdom of our Father, because I truly believe the word, and that is the only kingdom that will stand. And so I have pulled away from a lot of things that, I felt was necessary at the time. But right now, I feel like it's not so necessary that I be, political. The only thing that I want to do is to share with people the goodness of our Father in heaven. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to get to know each and every person who's elected to join here for the membership. I want to get to know you guys personally, and I want you guys to see me in my most transparent form. Even though I am transparent on the platform, I believe that, while we walk with our Father in heaven, we can be even more transparent to those who need to be healed from whatever the malady is. And there are so many different things that we as human beings, while we're in this earth suit, can be plagued with. There are so many things. I mean, but the one key factor is that our Father is so forgiving, and He is so loving, and He is so kind, and He is so off the chain when we begin to understand how much He loves us, that in our frailty, He will sit right beside us as we call upon Him. As we call upon Him, He literally will sit right there with us, and He will go through those things with us, and He will hold our hand. I just want to be a person who can be there for you as well, because I believe that He puts people in our path that will actually help us. And so For the members only content, when you do click down there, you'll see that there are the co-laborers. You'll see that they are, the first tier, the second tier, the third tier, and each one of those tiers are what you can choose to be a part of, and as you grow with the channel and as I grow in the Father, we will be able to do a whole lot more things. But I think the most sweet piece for me is being able to have content where we can all just chit chat and talk together that does not go against the channel, because it enables me to speak freely as it relates to the word. It allows me to speak freely as it relates to the things that are going on in the day. And it enables me to just be who I am off camera without the avatar. Just be comfortable knowing that those who've sown into this are really just want to hang out, with me. And I want to hang out with you. And so I just thought that I would take this last 15 minutes to make the members only content announcement to let you guys know that, yeah, praise God, we've graduated to that place. And that along the way, we're going to make even greater strides. My goal is that as many people as touch this channel, we will all grow from one another, from one another's frailty, from one another's strength, and just by loving our Father in heaven, that's the things that we have in common, right? And so that's exactly what I want all of us to just be family. The truth about the matter is that when we get to glory, prayerfully we all get there, but when we get to glory, we're going to be a family there anyway. And so it's a great deal for us to build our relationships now. It's an awesome thing for us to really know one another, the ones that labor among us, for us to know each other. And so I just believe that the Father wants us to utilize whatever tools we have right now in this earth realm to gain a community that will only give him glory, and that will only bring him praise, and that will only give him all of the credit. So whatever tools that it is, we have to be able to see him in every single thing. And again, walk in wisdom. And remember that one key piece that we said at the top of this broadcast, and that was to be able to be as wise as a serpent and to be as harmless as a dove. I believe that we can reach more people if we are that way. We can do more for the kingdom of the Father if we work within the realm that he has placed us. I truly and honestly feel like that. It will allow us to be able to talk to people, to tell more people about the Father, to tell more people about his love, to show everybody that we do have a community that is brought together by him and him alone. So there is no fear. There is only the happiness that our Father can bring us, all by us being collective together. So what you'll be looking for in the near future, very, very near future, right now, those of you who are members in faith, about a couple of months ago, I put up on the community tab, members only. In faith, I did this before I had the ability to have this particular tab. And there's like a poll over there, right? And that's not even remember what the poll was, but I did it in faith. And so it's over there. And so what we're going to do with that community tab is that's going to be our point of communication. You're also going to be able to get content, videos like that, like we really want right here on YouTube, where it's just us. And because it doesn't go against the channel, we can be as free to speak about what the Father wants us to talk about. You know what I mean? In love, we can do that there. And that's what I really want. I do have a Patreon. I do have BitChute. I do have Brighteon. I've got, Anchor Podcasts. I've got even all the way down to Spotify. I've got all these other things. I've got the Rumble. I've been trying to figure out how to make it work. But to be honest with you, I feel like the Father wants me to work smarter, not harder, which means not have to upload 50 different things on different platforms. You know what I'm saying? Not have to tell everybody about 50 different platforms, because let's just be honest. If I were not in this field, I wouldn't even know about the majority of those platforms. But there's no reason to try to, go over here and go over there and do all these other things when I can work well within the area that he has blessed me. And that is to be blessed to know each and every one of you in this place, in this platform right now, today. Amen. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to work it until he moves us to something else. Now, for those of you who have joined today, bless you, bless you, bless you. I pray that the Father blesses you tenfold, if that's even a possibility. Let him just bless you for blessing me. I thank you so much for that. But you guys, if you have a pen, and if you don't, I'll just write it down here. I said this earlier today. that it is Felicia at FeliciaLockhart.com. Felicia, I'm typing as I do this because I can't do both at the same time. I'll just be honest with you. Listen, and as much as you may think, gee, she's a smart lady, I'm very quirky. And as we get to know each other, you'll know that about me. I'm very quirky. I'm very really, because a lot of the times I don't know. And the stuff that I do know, I'm bold with it. But there's a lot of stuff I don't know. And so you'll see that I get a little vacant sometimes. And so I wanted you guys to know that about me. But I'm going to type this in right now. And this is the email for the website. That's my email. You guys are welcome at any time, just as anybody is that's here in the platform, to go on ahead and email me there. Now, you're going to be able to give me your email, and that way I can upload and tell you guys about when I'm going to be live. Also, one thing that I will say, pay attention to your Gmail account. If you have a Gmail account, whenever I do any activity, because you are a member, it's actually going to pop an alert there into your email. So in other words, in a minute, you guys are going to have members only content videos that nobody outside of the membership literally will be able to have. In tandem with that, when there are live videos that are going forward, especially when there are some content. Hello, God bless America. When there are some videos that are coming out where folks are it's going to be like a guest or whatever, only members will be able to comment. And so you guys will be a part of that. And so that's why it just broke my heart. I just cried like a big baby when I saw, and I'm serious, it just crumbled me to pieces when I saw Iron Crane become a member, Mr. Leslie become a member, and then Angela become a member. It touches my heart because of the fact that when I first started this, I did not know who would receive from me. Honestly, real talk, I did not know. Even though I had traveled, even though I had, ministered in all those other places. But remember, back then I could smile. Back then I could smile and I didn't have any damage to the eye. I didn't have any damage to my teeth. I didn't have any damage to my ear. I didn't have any long-term damage that was caused by the Bell's palsy. And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about, because I don't think people realize how serious of a debilitation this can be if it lingers on too long. And so for me, when I heard about a lot of people being stricken with that recently, I was like, OMG, because if it does not heal immediately or within like a month or two, they are headed for a bad, bad way. And so, yeah, it was hard for me, but I'm going to tell you, the love of our Father covers so much. He is able to take care of us in all of our ways. None of the things that has happened to me physically, none of the things that have happened to me in my past relationships, from everything I've ever dealt with, has taken our Father by shock, by storm, or by surprise. And because of that, we just got to walk in what he's given us, and we got to utilize it the best that we can. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I do appreciate you guys for joining. I do appreciate you all for becoming members. Look out, because now it's just going to be like the 4 or 5 of us, but we're going to have a good time by really lifting up our Father and just being ourselves. You know what I mean? I'm happy that you've joined, and it's so sweet that it's some of the folks that were here with me when the channel first started. That is so sweet. That you guys, it's like nectar. It really is. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being with me today. Thank you guys all for joining, and you guys continue to be blessed. Remember what we always say here on this channel, and that is that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High Yah. You all take care, be blessed, and take care of one another. We'll talk really soon. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Helping